bring this up, and I support Ryan Day. I like Ryan Day. I do think he's a good coach. But the one thing about Ryan Day, he gets very he's not very creative in some points in the game. And I go to this Ohio State rushing attack on third and short, fourth and short. He's running pretty much the same play. Again, Ryan Day is a great coach. He is. And I'm not here to say he's not. But to me, he just doesn't seem he's going to stick with his whatever his play sheet is. He's not been getting very creative recently in picking up third down and shorts. And when we get to third and short, fourth and short, I don't like it because he's running the ball either up the middle or to the left or to the right. And a lot of times we're getting stuffed and not picking them up. So that's starting to worry me. The play calling is a little bit worrisome for me because you have all this talent, Mayan Williams, Travion Henderson, CJ Stroud, Marvin Harrison Jr., Mecca Buka, so on and so forth. And it looks like when we need to get a yard or two, we just can't do it. And that worries me because you do still have to go to Maryland. And I'm not here to say that Maryland is this great team because I don't think they are. But you still have to go on the road to Maryland. Maryland is 6-3 this year in the Big Ten. They're not a slouch. They can score points. Ohio State can't have like they did on Saturday, where they're getting stopped on third and short, fourth and short in this game. Ohio State's defense is on par with anybody, but when you go against high power, and Maryland does have a pretty high powered offense. When we do get to that game here in 2 weeks, I'm not trying to overlook Indiana, but you have to be able to consistently convert third and fourth downs. And right now, Ryan Day is not doing that, and it worries me. And if you're a Buckeye fan, I think it should worry you too a little bit. He's getting very vanilla with his play calling. When you're third and short, run right up the middle. It's not there. It's not working. You got to do something. You got to do something different to keep the defense honest. And I get you couldn't really throw in this game, but man, you're telling me in some of these cases you couldn't complete a pass for 3 yards. You're just going to run up the middle and get stuffed. It's just a little frustrating to me. Again, I love Ryan Day. I think he's a very good coach. I think that he needs to win Ohio State a national title this year, or else I think he's not going to be on the hot seat. But let's say that the Buckeyes lose to that team up north last game of the year, so they don't win the Big Ten title once again, and then you're probably out of college football contention. We'll talk about that here a little bit later in the show. College football playoff ranking predictions and just thoughts on that. But you have to wonder then if Ryan Day is on the hot seat just a little, because at Ohio State you can't go multiple years without winning Big Ten titles or making the college football playoff or even not winning a national championship. So there's a lot of pressure on Ryan Day to deliver, especially when you come out and say that you come to Ohio State, when you're at Ohio State, it's to win championships. It's championship or bust. You got to put up or shut up. And he's got to start making play calls that aren't vanilla. He's got to mix it up. That's what the great offensive coaches do. I'm not just talking college football. I'm talking NFL coaches, offensive coordinators do, and head coaches. He's got to start taking that step and really get creative with his play calling, because defenses are starting to figure out on third and short, fourth and short, we're just going to run the ball right up the middle. I mean, they figured it out. So I need Ryan Day to get more creative in his play calling. So I think play calling right now for Ohio State is a little bit of a concern, especially when you do have Michigan coming up at the end of the season, a team that is very strong up front, can control the line of scrimmage, and that is something I believe Ohio State struggles with right now is physicality. And I think that showed up against Northwestern on Saturday. It's what worries me a little bit as we approach the end of the season.